Hello and welcome back. I am accompanied today by my charming co-host Ryan, who will not leave me alone this evening. On the one hand, that is very sweet. On the other hand, I am actually allergic to cats, and it's like almost entirely fine. But when he spends 30 minutes just rubbing up on my face, like he has done, I start to get real itchy. It's not ideal. He's a bit camera shy, so we decided to pack it in now. But he is, yeah, I don't know what it is today. He seems to really wants attention. And he's had his snack, he's had his playtime, he's had his lunch. It's not dinner time, so there's not really any reason. There's not really any reason, but maybe he just is in that kind of, he's in a sort of affectionate mood, which is, I guess that's nice. I guess that's cute. So we are doing something a little different today. I do want to play some standard, and we probably will later, but I really want to look at the full Ether Drift spoiler now that it is out, and for the first time in my life, really try and evaluate all of the cards based on how good they'll be in standard, how good they'll be in limited. Oh my god, my face is so itchy. So that's what we're going to do, and we're actually going to we are going to undertake the Pick 0 Pack 1 challenge. So if you've never heard of this, it is a challenge that 17 lands run, which if you don't use 17 lands, you absolutely should. It's a fantastic client for limited. So the idea is basically to identify 8 cards, 5 commons. Each of these 5 commons has to touch at least one of the 5 color identities, so it has to be at least one, so one that's touching at least each of the 5 colors. One of the 2 color uncommon draft signposts. 2 of any other commons, no color identity restrictions. And you cannot choose any single card more than once. So 8 different cards that have the highest game in hand win rate. The idea is to predict them, right? To predict which cards are going to give the best game in hand win rate once Ether Drift Limited hits best of 1. You're only thinking about Arena Premier Draft. Okay, so not best of 3. Not MTGO, Arena Premier Draft. My face is so itchy. Might have to go and wash it. Wash the cat off. What is game in hand win rate? Is a question that you may have to ask. Game in hand win rate. I'm gonna find it here. Oh god. I can't. I know that there is like an explanation for it somewhere that will be a better explanation than the one I can provide. So we're gonna find it. This is 17 lands, by the way. You know that it's a badass and very useful tool because the UI is pretty bad. That's how you know you're dealing with some seriously smart people when the user interface is... It's not even that bad, but it's not great. So if I go to card data... Right, that's where we already were. Okay, it has changed since last time I was here. Let me go to... Yeah, I do want to see card data. I just want to look at a specific... thing. Okay, yeah, here we go. Table. So, game in hand win rate. So, if you like, this is the card's win rate when it is drawn during the game. So that's what we are measuring, not when it's played. Orion, leave me alone. I love you so much, but you need to stop. My face is so itchy, guys. Oh no. Oh. Get it under control. It'll go. So this is the card's win rate when you draw it. So you have to draw it in the game for it to count. So that's what we're trying to figure out. We're gonna try and assess. Look at the full Ether Drift spoiler. Try and assess the cards. And we are going to submit, hopefully, I don't know, actually we might not do it all today, but we're going to get partway through to submitting our answers for the Pop 1 challenge. So I think the best place to start, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see better. I think the best place to start is with the multicolored cards and look at those signposts, because I know nothing about this format, right? So we'll start with the uncommon. We'll look at every card, but we'll start with the uncommon signposts. Find that one first. That's going to give me insight into what the uncommon archetypes are, which will then allow me to assess the commons in context, which is going to be important. So we're going to start with the multicolored cards, and then we'll go through each of the colors. So Arctic Emerald Radiant, 6 mana, 3/3. When it enters, make a 1/1 insect creature token for each artifact and or creature in your graveyard. Whenever another insect you control dies, put a +1 counter on Arctic, each opponent loses a life. I mean, if this comes in and like on turn 6, this could make anywhere between like 3 and 5 insect, maybe more if you're milling yourself. That's very, very, very good. They are 1/1, so they don't have flying or death touch or any other keywords, which is pretty meh. But then this thing also grows when they die. So this is good, but I'm not too fussed about the rares. Rares are always good. It's just good to know, to read them, to know what they do. If there's any self-mill, Arctic is better, but doesn't have too much of an impact on draft. Apocalypse Runner, Signpost uncommon. 4 mana, 6/5 artifact vehicle. So black-red is probably vehicular. Target creature you control with power 2 or less gains lifelink until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. Four mana. Crew 3 is very achievable. 6/5 is a massive body. And 4 mana, you can tap it straight away, give something lifelink and unblockable. That's insane, isn't it? Like, I'm not, I don't want to come into this and just think everything could be good and just look at like the upsides to everything, but this is really good. Like, you cannot race this. If you have like even a 3/3 in play, and then like, oh, it's power 2 or less. I do think this is very good. Lifelink and unblockable on a 2-power creature is very good, especially if it is like, if you have any way to buff it. I can see this being super good. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, all right. The next black-red uncommon, let's go find that. So Coalstoke Gearhulk, by the way, which is sick, is a mythic. 5 mana, 5/4 menace a touch. When this creature enters, put target creature card with mana value 4 or less from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control with a finality counter on it. Gains a menace, death touch, and haste. Exile it at the end step. Hello, hello. Music's a bit loud. I'll turn it down a little. Well, it's not loud right now. So there's nothing playing, but Bear with me a moment. Oh god, my face is so itchy. How's that? That should be nice and quiet. What are we doing? We are looking at Ether Drift spoilers, and we are doing a little theory crafting, yeah, and we're doing the Pick 0 Pack 1 challenge, Pop 1 challenge. So I just went over this, so I won't go over it in too much detail again. But basically, this is a challenge that 17 lands run, where you have to identify the 8 cards in the format with the highest game in hand win rate. Not just any cards though. 5 commons, 1 touching each color. 1 of the uncommon multicolor draft signposts. 2 of any other common. That's the idea, and you want to find the cards that have the highest game in hand win rate when the format drops. So we are trying to identify which cards are going to have the highest game in hand win rate. Real talk, first card we read, Apocalypse Runner. I think this is really strong. I think this is really strong. Like, oh, we'll do it right now, Sam. Do it with me. We're going to look at every card. You can pick your picks, I'll pick mine. It's literally what you're doing here on stream right now. I unironically think Apocalypse Runner looks really strong to me. 4 mana, 6/5. Like, it is a big beefy creature if you need it to be. Crew 3 is not that bad. There's a lot of 3/1s in the format, I think, but we'll see. But it gives any of your 2-power creatures lifelink and unblockable indefinitely. How do you race this? Can't I got RuneScape to play? Alright, well, make some decisions, my man. Oh god, my face is so itchy. Ori's been, like, really needy for the last, like, 30-40 minutes. He's just sat in the back there, you see. And he rubbed all up on my face, which is, again, like, fine, but it does make things really itchy if he does it too much. Okay, so Apocalypse Runner looks really strong. Oh, you don't have to do it with me, Sam. It's up to you. It's up to you. Coldstoke Gear Hulk is sick. 5 mana, 5/4, Menace, Death Touch. And then it reanimates something. That's cool. I don't know necessarily if this is going to make waves in Standard or anything. Nothing really comes to mind. Rakdos isn't so big a deal in Standard. Where's the other Rakdos uncommon? So Far Fortune End Boss is a rare. 4 mana, 4/5 legendary. Start your engines. Whenever you attack, deals 1 damage to each opponent. So easy way to keep building speed. If the source you control will deal damage to an opponent or a permanent opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1 instead. So each time this attacks, it pings for 2 when you're at max speed. I think you're hoping to be at max speed earlier than this would enable, than Far Fortune would enable. I think you really want to get your engines going early in this format, I would think. Can I link the challenge? Yeah. There is the form to fill out. And if you win, you get the rights to use, like, a little Pop 1 challenge winner tag in your Blue Sky or Twitter bio, and you join the exclusive club of Pop 1 challenge winners. Yeah, Far Fortune doesn't seem that good to me, unless, I mean, I guess it's in a really aggressive red-black deck, maybe, I don't know. Do they have a secret club like Countdown? I bet they do. I came here to drink milk and kick ass. And I've just finished my milk. I fucking love ID Grab. Oh, here it is. Gastel Thrill Seeker. 2 mana, 2/3. Start your engines. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target opponent and you gain 1 life. Max speed, death touch, and haste. Over numerousness. It actually already is a word. Tenettenba. This is sick. This is exactly what you want from a Start Your Engines card. It comes down early. Your speed starts at 1, and then it immediately takes you to 2. So really good early game. It's also just a 2 mana 2/3, which is really solid, and it drains for 1 when it comes in. So this is a superb card. It gets you 2 speed on turn 2. And then on turn 3, it's pretty likely to be able to attack. If it comes in the late game, it comes in as a 2 mana 2/3 with death touch and haste, which is also pretty good. I think Gastel Thrill Seeker is going to be very, very good. However, I get to pick 1 multicolored card, which is going to have the highest game in hand win rate. Which of these two is it going to be? What is better? Right? Because it's 5 commons, another 2 commons, and 1 of the 2 color uncommon draft signposts. I guess it depends. Let's have a look at the other uncommons, and then we'll pick an uncommon, and we'll build it from there. We'll look at the commons afterwards. Face, itchy. Let's look at Gruul next. Boom Scholar. 3 mana, 3/3. Exhaust abilities of other permanents you control cost 2 less to activate other permanents. And this has Exhaust 6. Creatures and vehicles you control gain trample until end of turn. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Okay, so Gruul is the exhaust thing. I don't know how good this is going to be. 3 mana, 3/3, fine. 6 mana, not even like a 6 mana overrun effect, except this becomes a 5/5 and everything gets trampled, is like okay. I'm not sure about overrun effect. I feel like overrun effects conflict with vehicles because you have to tap your creatures to crew. And ideally you want to be able to just like overrun and swing with all of your creatures. I don't like Boom Scholar. I do not think this is going to be the highest game in hand win rate signpost uncommon. I definitely don't. What else have we got? What's the other Gruul uncommon? Do I go past it? Nope. It's Rocketeer Boost Buggy. 2 mana 3/2. When it attacks... 2 mana 3/2 vehicle. When it attacks, make a treasure. Exhaust 3. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. So this is good. This is a 2 mana 3/2. Crew 1 is super easy. Literally any creature. Plus, you can also just pay 3 mana. And it's a 4/3. So it's effectively, like, you play it on turn 2. Then on turn 3, you exhaust it. It becomes a 4/3 with haste. You do have to commit your turn 2 and turn 3 to that, but it's a 4/3 with haste that makes a treasure when it attacks. That's very good. That's very good. That's definitely in the running. Okay, back to the top. I'm looking at Boosted Sloop. Now, it's not going to be blue-red because blue-red is never the highest, like the best archetype in Limited. Or at least it hasn't been for a very long time. But 3 mana 3/3 vehicle, menace. When you attack, draw a card. Whenever you attack, loot. Oh, that's pretty sick. Oh. 3 mana 3/3, crew 1. 3 mana 3/3, menace crew 1 is all fine. Whenever you attack, loot is a potentially very powerful ability, right? Whenever, like, you don't even have to crew this thing. it's a good, it's like a, yeah, it's a decent creature. I don't know what blue-red is doing though. Thankfully, the other blue-red common is right, blue-red signpost is right here. Broadside Barrage, 3 mana, instant, deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker, draw, and then discard. So if the loot or like discarding is what blue-red is trying to do, then both of these could be insanely good. Boosted Sloop as an enabler of the draw discard every turn. Broadside Barrage is a fantastic removal spell in those colors. I think I'd rather have Broadside Barrage. I think that's the better of the two. Yeah, I've got to think so. I do think Boosted Sloop could just be like an insane engine for a deck that's designed to like build around you already have your pick for white common. Don't spoil it for me. Let me see if I pick the same. Actually, no, let me know when we get to it. Yeah, absolutely. I want to compare answers at the end. So Boosted Sloop, Broadside Barrage. I feel like Broadside Barrage is better. I could see Sloop being really good though. Next up, we're looking at Golgari. So green-black. So 2 mana artifact at the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. 4 mana, tap, sack, return target creature or vehicle from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. That's sweet. If Golgari is doing graveyard stuff, then this is it fills your graveyard, it reanimates something. I think that's super strong. I just think, oh god, my face is so itchy, guys. Yeah, don't yell at me. It's your fault. However, this is like a bit slow. I don't think, I'd be very surprised if this was the, you know, gave you your game in hand win rate. Like, usually it's not super impactful. Although I guess like it comes down, you tap sack it straight away. You just get a creature back to the battlefield. That's honestly, it's good. And actually, you could reanimate something really big on turn 4 if you put this down on turn 2. But you'd have to get pretty lucky. I don't think this is it. Debretal, also in Golgari. 4 mana, 6/6, trample, drain, crew 2. It's just insane. But I'm not too fussed about the rares. Where's the other Golgari signpost uncommon? There it is. Thundering Broodwagon. 6 mana, 6/5, menace, reach, enters, destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value 4 or less, and cycling 2 and crew 3. So that is a very versatile spell. You can cycle it. It fixes your draw. 6 mana, 6/5 reach, destroy something is super good. You can actually reanimate this with the other Golgari uncommon. And it's really easy to get this into the graveyard as a reanimation target because it has cycling. I can see this being very strong. I think you are hoping to reanimate this. Remind me exactly what game in hand win rate means. It does not mean starting hand. It means, here, I'll show you. Game in hand win rate means win rate in hand, opener or drawn. So it means if the card was in your opening hand or drawn at any point in the game, it's that win rate. So it's like, what's your win rate if you draw this card? So you don't. It's not about whether you play the card. It is about if you draw this card during the game. What is that card's win rate? So for example, Dragonlord Silumgar had the highest game in hand win rate of Pioneer Masters. When you drew this, you tend to just win the game. Chromanticore had the second game, but like Chromanticore, if it was like, yeah, if you had to play it, if it was win rate when played, that is somewhere, right? Win rate in opening hand. Number of games drawn. Games not seen. Win rate not seen. I don't know. I don't know if that is available, but Chromanticore would win way more, I think, than 63 games if it was just looking at when it was played. So it's looking at whether if you draw the card at any point during the game, then it measures game in hand win rate. What is your win rate if you draw this card? Yeah, Broodwagon is sick. Broodwagon is sick. It does a lot. I'm going to put it on the shortlist. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, next up. God, my eyes and face itch so bad. Next up, Cloudspire Coordinator. So we're looking at Red-White next. Red-White Human Pilot 3-1. When it enters Scry 2, create X 1/1 pilot creature tokens where X is the number of mounts or vehicles that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. And these pilots saddle and mount as though their power is 2 greater. Okay. So this thing can crew 5. Well, no, it can't. It doesn't actually have the ability. It doesn't have the pilot ability. So it's an aggressive creature, 2 mana, 3/1 Scry 2, already good. And then you can tap it every turn that you play a vehicle and make a 1/1. So it's just pumping out a bunch of 1/1s. That is very good. It is fragile, but you don't even have to attack with it. If you don't attack with it and you just play vehicle after turn, like turn after turn after turn, and you just pump out a bunch of 1/1s, that's really good. If you have multiple of these, every time you play a creature, you're making like multiple 1/1s. That seems really good, right? I think that seems solid. Followed up by Cloudspire Sky Cycle. 4 mana, 2/3 vehicle. When this enters, distribute 2+1+ counters among 1 or 2 other target vehicles or creatures you control. It has crew 1. Oh, God. Okay, so I don't think this is very good. I don't think Red-White... Like, I do think Cloudspire Coordinator looks good, but a bunch of 1/1s, I don't know if that's really even that scary. Cloudspire Sky Cycle is a 4 mana 2/3 with flying, which is already like not that exciting. You can put 1 or 2 other target vehicles or creatures you control. Distribute 2. So you can put 2+1+ counters on one thing or 1 across 2 things. This is an uncommon, like you're comparing this to something like Felidar Guardian. Oh, not Felidar Guardian. Oh God, what's the Felidar Savior, which is also a 4 mana 2/3 with lifelink, puts 1 counter on each, so distributes 2+1+1 counters, but this is a common. And I do not think, yeah, I'm not super impressed with Cloudspire Sky Cycle, so I do not think that it's going to be the Sky Cycle, and I'm going to go ahead and say that if Sky Cycle is not very strong, then Boros is less strong as a result, which makes Cloudspire Coordinator less strong overall, because the archetype is weaker. So, okay, I'm going to move on past Boros. Next up, we're looking at Black-White. But Boros looks to be pilots and vehicles. Dune Drifter, X, White, Black, 3/3. When this vehicle enters... So reanimate X. Oh, that's sweet. Reanimate mana value X, crew 2. That is cool. It is good. It's not super good. Returns an artifact or creature, so it can get you your vehicles. Crew 2. It's just a vanilla 3/3. I think you're not like, you are taking this to add to your artifact count. You're not really attacking with it that often, I don't think. Like, it upgrades a 2-power creature to a 3-power creature. You're just using this for the reanimate. And it's not that good. Like, Zombify is just strictly better, isn't it? Because Zombify, I guess it returns an enchantment as well, but like this effect, you want this effect to get you any creature you want, like your busted 6 or 7 drop for 5 mana tops, 4 or 5 mana unlimited. To do that here, you need to pay 8 mana to get a 6 drop. So I'm not super, yeah, I don't think that's very good. Embalmed Ascendant, 3 mana 1/2, start your engines. When this creature enters, make a 2/2. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. It's a powerful effect if you are at max speed. So this is like Blood Artist, but you have to put in more work. It is 3 mana for a 2/2 and a 1/2, and it does start your engines, which is good. I can see Embalmed Ascendant being quite good. But I'm not going to put it on the shortlist for best uncommon. A few rares. I'm not going to look at the rares. We can read them when we draft them. Next up is Azorius. 6 mana 6/5. Guidelight Pathmaker. 6 mana 6/5 vehicle. Vigilance. When it enters, tutor for an artifact and put it on the battlefield if it's mana value 2 or less. Otherwise, put it in your hand. Okay, so you can either draw your best card or find something early and cheap. This is very contextual. Like, this really depends. Crew 2 is decent. It's a good blocker. If blue-white's a control-y kind of deck, this could be good, but it obviously depends on what else is in blue-white. Like, if it gets you your Mendicant core Guidelight, that's sick, and you can just put it on the battlefield. Still, you'd be doing it on like turn 6 though, which is not super exciting. Where's the other? It's Voyage Home. Okay, so it's a 7 mana sorcery, affinity for artifacts. You draw 3 cards and gain 3 life. I love this card. I love this card. I do not think it's going to be the highest game in hand win rate, but I love this card. So blue-white is doing affinity. I do not think either of these is on my shortlist for best signpost, but I do love the look of that archetype. Okay, next up, Haunt the Network. 5 mana for a sorcery. Choose target opponent. Create 2 1/1 colorless Thopters with flying. Then chosen player loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Okay, so it's also artifact affinity. It's a drain. Possibly a finisher. Like, I feel like on turn 5 in the right deck, like you could have a ton of artifacts if you. Oh, it depends. We'll see. We'll see what the rest of the set entails. 3 mana 3/3 vehicle. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains death touch until end of turn. Untap it. That is a very good static ability to have on a 3-drop, isn't it? Well, I guess it's like, I guess this compares to the black, is it an attic? Yeah, Widow's Walk. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 death touch at the end of turn. That was for 4 mana. This is 3 mana on a 3/3 with crew 1. Whenever you attack, target creature gets +1/+0 and death touch, untap it. So that is better. Is it enough better? I do not know. I do not know, but I'm not blown away. I'm not blown away. So I think it's going to be red-black, to be honest. I think both of these cards look very strong. So it has to be one of these that has the best game in hand win rate. Yeah. That's my take. It's got to be one of these two. Because red-black was the only color where both of its signpost uncommons, I think, are on the shortlist for being the best signpost uncommons. That improves the odds. Like, it makes the red-black decks better, which pushes up the game in hand win rate of these cards. Is the rest of red-black good? Is a very good question, Sam. So we'll have to think about it. Well, but assuming so, which of these cards is better? Which of these cards would have a higher game in hand win rate? It's got to be the Thrill Seeker. This is so good. It's an overstatted body. It gets you 2 levels of speed very, very quickly. And then in the late game, it's a 2 mana 2/3 death touch haste. Like, this is just good all around. I think this is great. Also, it works with the Apocalypse Runner. So you can make this unblockable with an Apocalypse Runner. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Gastel Thrill Seeker. That is my submission for the multicolor signpost. Gastel Thrill Seeker. I'm locking it in. Might change it, but I'm locking it in for now. Everything else from here down is just going to be stupid, boring mythics and stuff. I guess there's a few I guess we should have a look at some of the commons that are like colorless. That's a common, right? 3 mana 2/1, destroy target artifact. Okay, cool. That's nice. That's kind of an enabler. They're giving you some artifact hate, which is going to be important, but certainly not anything super wow. Camera Launcher, 3 mana 2/2, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, make a 1/1. Absolutely playable. I guess in Gruul is when you want to do this, or in blue, white, and blue, black, because this is 2 artifacts if you exhaust it. Guidelight Matrix, 2 mana, enters draw card, saddle a mount or crew a vehicle for 2 mana. That's not good. That is not good. You want to use your creature's power, right? You don't want to use your mana to crew your stuff. Mana is much more restricted resource than power. I mean, I guess if you're afraid of your stuff just getting removed, then it could be good, but I'm not taken away. 3 mana, 6/5, search your library for a basic land. Yeah, draw land. Crew 5 is a lot, but then you can exhaust it for 5 colors, and it becomes an 8/6. And is permanently a creature. I like Marshall's Path Cruiser. If you can build a 5-color soup, I think this looks fantastic. Love it. I guess I'll read through the uncommons. Like, in the play booster era that we're in, there is a lot more uncommons in packs, so it is worth knowing what they do. 2 mana 0/4 Defender. Tap to add colorless only to activate abilities. Whenever you next activate an ability, an exhaust ability, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Nah. I'm not super excited about it. Race to scoreboard. 4 mana for an artifact. Start your engines. When it draws, draw 2 and discard. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast when you're at max speed. No. Not... I don't think that's that good. It might be. Again, it is hard to assess, but in a vacuum, I think it's super good. That's like 4 mana, do nothing, really. The max speed effect is very good, but... well, it's not even really that good. Okay. Okay, God. I need to take a break and deal with how much my face itches. Freaking cat. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just give myself a little rub down. How do you filter for the signpost cards? As in Scryfall, you can't filter for them, but in each color, there is 2 uncommon multicolor cards. Those are the signposts. In each color pair, I should say. So there's 10. So if you look at the multicolor cards, all of the uncommon 2-color cards, those are your signposts. Okay, where were we? Not really solved the issue with the itchiness. 1 mana, 3 mana to deal 3 damage to target creature, destroy target creature or vehicle. Nah. Bad removal. 5 mana, 4/4, crew 2, cycling 2. Just bad. A lot of duds in uncommon, but like this is common. This is very usual. Like you've got to add some of these colorless cards to give people playables, even if they are bad. 3 mana rock that you can sack in the late game to draw and then discard. I mean that's solid. I like the look of this, especially if there is a 5-color deck, and especially because you can sack it for some card advantage later once you don't need it anymore. I think that's pretty good. Oh shit, I'm not fucking... You guys can't see what I'm doing. Next up, Ticket Tortoise. 2 mana, 3/1 with Defender. When this creature enters, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you create a treasure. Look, it's cool. I like this card. It's a cool design. I don't think it's very good. It's only good if you're on the draw. And even then, it's a temporary advantage. Next up, Walking Sarcophagus. 2 mana, 2/1. Start your engines. Gets +1. So it becomes a 3/3 on max speed. This is playable simply because I think you are going to want ways to start your engines as early as possible. Wreck Remover. 4 mana, 3/4. When it enters or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard, you gain life, and it has cycling. Dud. Bunch of lands now. There's also the revved up cards. We'll look at them later. Let's dive into the meat of this. Let's look at the commons. So, what do we know? What do we know about white? Blue-white cares about infinity. What does green-white care about? Did we see... Actually, did we look at green-white uncommons? I don't remember them. Oh, we didn't. We missed green white. Okay, so that's a rare. Our first green white uncommon is Lagorin, Soul of Alacria. 2 mana, 1/1 with flying. When Lagorin attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target mounts or vehicles. So that is itself and something else. Saddle 1. This is a very good card. Comes down on turn 2. On turn 3, you play another mount. You mount Lagorin, and then you put 1/1 counters on both of them. That is very good. This is a strong, strong card. Our next Selesnya uncommon signpost is Veteran Beast Rider. Wait, is Lagorin a legendary? It is. That's important, because it would be really good in multiples. Veteran Beast Rider, 3 mana, 3/4. At the beginning of your end step, untap each creature you control, and then it has a mana sync ability. I don't think... I think that's a decent card. A fine card. 3 mana, 3/4 is overstated already. I do think that Lagorin is better. I'm still going to stick with red-black being stronger. They feel stronger to me. So green-white is mounts. White-red is pilots and vehicles. White-black is reanimator. And white, we talked about, that's, oh, white, yeah, that's all of them. White, yeah, that's all of them. Okay, so air response unit, 3 mana, 3/3, flying vigilance, crew 1. And that's an uncommon? I don't think this is very good. Feels weak. Alacrian Armory. 4 mana. Creatures you control get 1 point of toughness, have vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target mount or vehicle you control. And it mounts or saddles it. It saddles it or crews it. Okay, so 4 mana. Gives everything vigilance and extra toughness, and then you can just crew something for free every turn. It does seem good. Oh god, my allergies are kicking my ass. Freaking cat. Ugh. Oh, give me a sec. Ugh. Okay, we're back. I do want to read all the uncommons, but I'm really focused on the commons. Bazari's a 1 mana 2/1, exert, make a cat with lifelink, cycling 3. When you cycle it, cats you control gain hexproof and indestructible. I don't think cats is even a theme. Bazari's still good, because he just makes a 1/1 every couple of turns. Like, that's fine. Brightfield Glider. 1 mana 1/1 with vigilance. When it attacks while saddled, it gets +1/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Saddle 3. And it becomes a 2/3 flying vigilance. Possum mount. Surely that's not it. I feel like this... I feel like it's... I don't think it's this. I'm going to swipe left on Brightfield Glider as one of the best commons in the set. Brightfield Mustang. 4 mana 3/3. When this creature attacks while saddled, untap it, Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Saddle 1. No, surely not. Like, it's a 4 mana 4/4 with work, and then it can grow, but 5 mana 5/4 Broadcast Rambler. 5 mana 5/4 vehicle. When it enters, make a 1/1 Thopter. Crew 1. This is half decent because it is 2 artifacts. Okay. I'm going to look at the highest game in hand win rate commons of Pioneer Masters. It is Witch's Mark. It is Dreadbore. Obnix's Cruelty, Archaeologist, Heel Cutter. So red was the best deck in Pioneer Masters. So the red cards obviously rising to the top. Dimir was also very strong. So the strong Dimir card rising to the top. And then removal. So whatever the best color is, the highest game in hand win rate cards are going to be removal in those colors or ones that are really like help promote the strategy. Which I don't think Broadcast Rambler is. It's neither of those things. 2 mana 3/1 when it saddles or mounts during your main phase gives the thing flying. You're done? Just picking the rare? I don't think you pick a rare, do you? You don't pick a rare. Oh, right. For the tiebreaker. Okay. Alright, fine. I'm going to speed it up. Collision Course. 2 mana sorcery. Deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of permanents you control that are creatures or vehicles. Destroy target artifact. That is going to be good in this set, right? Conditional removal I don't love so much, but the option to just destroy an artifact I think could be very good. You do want to go wide. Although, it's creatures or vehicles and not like... Oh, well, I guess mounts are creatures. Never mind me. Never mind me. Daring Mechanic, 3 mana 3/3. Put a +1/+1 counter on target mount or vehicle. Oh, God, my allergy. It's good. It's not that, though. What I'm looking for is removal, card advantage, or really strongly synergizing with the strongest strategy. And I think the strongest strategy is going to be red-black aggro. Based entirely on the uncommon. Could also be green-white, because green-white was really strong last time. It had like mount stuff in OTJ. 2 mana instant Gallant Strike. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, cycling 2. Well, that's an uncommon. Forget about that. We don't give a shit about uncommons anymore. We don't have time for that. Interface Ace. 2 mana 0/4. Saddles with its toughness. And it can crew 2 things on a turn. I think that's pretty sick. I think that's quite good. It's also an artifact. Oh, shit. I just fucking closed the... Moron. I think Interface Ace is a very good card. There's the interface. I just need to close some of these tabs. Okay, 2 mana 2/2. Start your engines. During a turn has first strike. That's great. Exile this card from your graveyard. Draw a card. That's all around a great card. Start your engines early could be really good. Yeah, start your engines on turn 2, 2/2, first strike. When it dies, draw a card late. Yeah, that's good. Light shield parry, it's not going to be that. 1 mana. Oh, light wheel enhancements. 1 mana, enchant a vehicle or a creature, start your engines, +1/+1 vigilance. And oh, when you have max speed, you can cast from your graveyard. That seems good. That seems good. Lotus Guard Disciple. When this creature enters, target creature or vehicle gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Nah. Next up, Ride's End. Exile target creature or vehicle, costs 2 less if it's targeting something tapped. I know White loves this conditional removal. I just cannot see this being incredibly good. But maybe. Roadside Assistance. Enchant a creature or vehicle. When it enters, make a 1/1 pilot. Gives +1/+1 lifelink. That's an uncommon, and it's still not very good. It's none of these. Uno momento. Spot Cycle Scatter, 2 mana, 3/2, enter Scry 2, crew 1. It's not that. 4 mana, 3/3, start your engines. It's a 3/4 vigilance. It's certainly not that. Hell, that's it. Yeah, okay. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for 3 mana on the Quick Welder. I think this seems good, but I think if I'm picking between these commons, Interface Ace, Collision Course, Sorcery Speed Removal. I think Collision Course is better than Ride's End. I think Light Wheel Enhancements is very strong. I think Survivor is good. Interface Ace. Is this going to be good? I think this is going to be really good in Boros. But then, like... I do think this is really solid. Do I think it's better than Collision Course? Yes. I don't think Collision Course is right. It's between these three. These are the 3 best white commons. These are my top 3 white commons. I'm going to say it's not Interface Ace. I think Leonin Survivor and Light Wheel Enhancements are better. I'm going to say Light Wheel Enhancements is my pick. Yeah, I'm going to say Light Wheel Enhancements is... I'm going to keep Leonin Survivor open because I want to come back to it later. But I'm going to lock in Light Wheel Enhancements. Okay. Blue commons. 1 mana bounce. I unironically think this is going to be really good. Because if somebody plays an expensive vehicle, cruise it, and then you just bounce it, it's really sad for them. Kaelorna Coral Tyrant. 2 mana, 08. That's so sick. I love that. Anyway, next up, we're looking at Flood the Engine. 3 mana enchantment. When this aura enters, tap enchanted permanent. Loses all abilities, doesn't untap. Okay, so it's a enchant creature or vehicle. This is good. I don't think it's top game in hand win rate. I think this is just solid. It's also an enchantment, not an artifact, so it doesn't help with your artifact synergy. And it's got, yeah, okay, so it's not Flood the Engine, but I think that's a solid common. 7 mana, 5/6. Oh, it's a Gearseeker Serpent. This is a reprint. This has to be it. This has to be it. This is so broken in limited, isn't it? Glitch Ghost Surveyor, 3 mana, 2/2. Flying, start your engines. It's got this draw effect. It's not that. Guidelight Optimizer, 2 mana, 2/1. Add blue. Spend this mana only to cast an artifact or activate an ability. It's a cheap artifact, which I think is going to be relevant, but I don't think it is that. Like, in the same way that, like, Creeping Peeper is not never going to be top. Howler's Heavy, Seal Pirate. 4 mana, 3/4. Cycling 2. When you cycle it, yeah, that's done. 5 mana, 3/2. It's Hull Drifter. I do not think this is going to be particularly good. It's cool, but not particularly good. 3 mana, 2/3. Vigilance. Exhaust for 2 mana. Draw a card, discard, and it becomes a 3/4. That's real solid. Memory Guardian is an uncommon. Midnight Mangler. 2 mana, 3/3. During turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature. Crew 2. So it's a 2 mana, 3/3 with a weird kind of defender. This, like, 2 mana, 3/3 defender with conditions is very common. It's always fine, I think, but it's never superb. Nimble Thopterist, 4 mana, 3/2. Create a 1/1 with flying. I can see this being a strong common. It is a little bit more expensive, but a slightly bigger body than the one from Duskmourn that made a 1/1, but it does make something with flying. Even in Pioneer Masters, I think, there was a red common that did this, but for 3 mana and made a Thopter. Is that extra mana relevant? Absolutely. But I'll shortlist it. Okay, Sky Streak Engineer. 2 mana, 1/3 flying. Exhaust, put 2+1/+1 counters on this creature. That ain't it. Spectre Interference. Counter target artifact or creature spell unless its controller pays 4. Look, I think it could be this. I just want to point out here, Spell Pierce is entering standard again. That is huge, and I'm here for it. Next up, we have Stall Out. Tap target creature or vehicle, then put 3 stun counters on it. That's not a bad removal spell at all. It is a sorcery. But I will shortlist that. Trip Up. 4 mana, instant. Target non-land permanent owner puts it their choice top bottom library. Okay, so this is a fine interaction spell. I think they always do, like, this is very common as well, this type of card, but with some kind of appendage. I don't think cycling is the best one. Like, if this gave you a surveil or something, it'd be better. Or like a loot, like a draw and discard, that'd be really good. I think that cycling 2 is not strong enough as a secondary ability. So, our options for blue common with the highest game in hand win rate are Bounce Off, Gear Seeker Serpent, Nimble Thopterist. None of these cards are beating Gear Seeker Serpent. I think it's just Gear Seeker Serpent. Could be Interference. I don't think it's Stall Out either. I think this is just easily Gear Seeker Serpent. Cannot see a world where it's not Gear Seeker Serpent. Okay, in black, Chitin Gravestalker, 6 mana 5/4, 1 less to cast, so it's got affinity for artifacts and creatures in graveyard. And cycling 2. That's pretty good. Gurmag Angler is very good. This is like kind of just better. Yeah. Let's shortlist that. 2 mana 2/1 pilot that can reanimate itself. Meh. 1 mana 1/1 Death Touch with a drain effect. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. Is it top game in hand win rate? It could be. But I think red black really wants to be aggressive. Engine Rat, like I think this could be good. It's certainly not bad. Not going to shortlist it just yet though. Oh, do you know what? I think I will. Okay, Grim Bauble, a single black. When it enters, it's an artifact. It gives -2/-2, and then you can surveil 2 later. That is good. That's got to be better than the fucking Engine Rat. 3 mana 3/2. When you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+0 till end of turn. When that creature dies this turn, surveil 1. I mean, most valuable Slayer, this is certainly not. Maximum Overdrive, 2 mana for an instant, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, gains Death Touch and Indestructible till end of turn. Solid card, certainly not like a format all-star. Mutant Surveyor. 3 mana for a 2/3. Start your engines. 2 mana +1/+1 till end of turn. So it's like a Ghast. What are they called? It's a Ghoul effect, right? I can't remember if that's what it's called. 3 mana, exile from your graveyard, draw a card. So this is a cycle of cards that have this max speed effect. This is decent, but definitely not going to be better than Grim Bauble. 4 mana 3/4. When this creature or another artifact you control enters, each opponent loses drains. Okay, this is not bad at all. Definitely not better than Grim Bauble. Be surprised if there's anything better than Grim Bauble. 3 mana, draw 2. Each player loses 2 life. I like that. That's a strict upgrade to like Read the Bones or whatever. Or does Read the Bones give you a scry? It's going to be, if it's in black, it's just going to be a removal spell, though. It's going to be Spin Out. Target creature gets -6/-6 till end of turn. You gain 2 life. That is very strong, but the cheaper removal is going to be more like higher game in hand win rate. It's probably just going to be Spin Out. It's boring, but it's true. 2 mana 1/3, flying when it enters surveil 2. That's it. Okay. So it is between Spin Out, Chitin Gravestalker, and Grim Bauble. It's absolutely going to be Spin Out or Grim Bauble. I think I probably put my money on... Oh shit, I just closed it. Freaking Mozilla Firefox. Where is the bloody thing? Why can't I find spin out? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so like, it's just down to like whether stab is good in this format. I think it probably is. There's a lot of pilots running around. You could actually like, I'm going to say Grim Bauble is going to be my pick, but I do think it's close, and it's certainly between these two. But for black, we are going to pick Grim Bauble. Red is up next. So first common up is Burner Rocket. 2 mana 3/1 flash. When it enters, target creature you control gains +2/0, gets trampled till end of turn. I mean, it's just a good aggressive creature. But I think that anything that starts your engines for cheap is going to be a better card. Yeah, I don't think it's this. Crash and Burn, 4 mana, destroy vehicle, or 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That's a damn good common. Dynamite Diver, 1 mana, 1/1, it to pilot. When it dies, deal 1 damage to any target. Okay, so like, is that useful? I don't think so. I think it's more likely End Rider Catalyzer over here. 2 mana, 3/1, start your engines, max speed, add 2 red. That's a good card, starts your engines nice and early. I don't think it's better than Crash and Burn, though. 4 mana, 3/4, start your engines, beginning of your upkeep. Exile top card of your library, you may play it this turn. Good card. Oh, that's an uncommon anyway. That's why it's so good. Gastel Blockbuster. 3 mana, 3/2. When it enters, sack a creature or vehicle. When you do, destroy target artifact an opponent controls. Okay, it's not bad. It is a 3 mana kill spell at its worst, because you can just sack itself, or you can sack your worst creature. But it only hits artifacts. I don't think that's good. Gilded Goda. Goda? 2 mana, 2/2. When this creature attacks while saddled, make a treasure. Saddle 1. Busted. 3 mana, 3/2. Trample, start your engines. Gilded Goda is an odd name, I agree. 3 mana, 3/2 trample. Does start your engines. No, this is not going to be the best common. Kickoff Celebrations. 2 mana enchantment, start your engines. When it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Sack it. And give haste. Creatures and vehicles you control gain haste till end of turn. Holy shit. This is a strict upgrade. Oh, no, it's not. I was going to say this is a strict upgrade to Bitter Reunion for the Is It Hellraiser deck, but it is not, because you can only activate the ability if you have max speed, which the Hellraiser deck will never achieve. I do think this could be in the running, but I think that a creature that starts your engines on turn 2 is probably going to be better. Lightning Strike. Nothing to say about it. It's probably going to be the best common. Whenever you discard one or more cards, this creature deals that much damage to each opponent. That's real solid. But it's not going to be out a lightning strike. We've got combat trick. 2 mana, 2/1 haste is very good, but in red it is going to be the removal spells and the burn spells. X is this is 1 mana for shock at its worst, and then there's upside. That's very good. Spire Mech Cycle. Oh, it's an uncommon. Get it out of here. Thunderhead Gunner. Discard a card, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. That's so shit. That's such an unfortunate ability. 2 mana 4/1. Legendary 2 mana 4/1. Oh, that could be good. It's an uncommon anyway. Yeah, so Crash and Burn is not going to be better than Lightning Strike. End Rider Catalyzer, I think, could be in the running. Going to be better than the Gilded Golder. I think it could be either of these cards. I think it could be either of these cards. I'm going to go with Lightning Strike. Yeah, I do think End Rider Catalyzer is going to be good. Simply because it can start your engines on turn 2. And I think that's going to be a very powerful thing to do. I'm going to change my answer. I think it's going to be the End Rider. Yeah, and I think Lightning Strike is going to be really good. Like, I'm probably just going to name Lightning Strike here. Island? Surely it's going to be Island. Or Mountain. Where's the... God, I'm dying here. In Piriton. Yeah, I'm going to put Lightning Strike in the extra common slot. And then we're finally on to green. 5 mana 4/4 Vigilance when this creature attacks while saddled. +2/+2 till end of turn. Saddle 1. That's good. But certainly not the best. Broken Wings is probably really good in this format. Bestow Greatness is decent. 2 mana 3/2 is not good. That's barely better than a bear. Three mana start your engines, and then it's part of the so this is just, they've added this cycle of cards to make it easy to start your engines at common. Hazard of the Dunes, 4 mana 4/4 Trample Reach, Exhaust, and it becomes a 7/7. That's a damn good card. That's a damn good card. I think that's great. Migrating Ketrodon, 6 mana 6/6. It's a Honey Mammoth. That is very good. If I had these two in a pack, which one would I take? Maybe the Ketrodon. Because there's Reanimator stuff in green-black. And so being able to cycle it and then reanimate it is really, really good. Yeah, I think the Ketrodon is going to be better than Hazard of the Dunes, but I do think both are very good cards. I guess Ketrodon is better in green-black. In Ramp, I still think Ketrodon's pretty good, and I think it's going to have a higher game in hand win rate because cycling is a great ability. Pothole Mole, 3 mana, 2/3, enters mill 3, return a land from your graveyard to your hand. Great card, Spine Seeker Centipede, it is not. Run over, target creature you control, instant, target creature you control bites something else. So it's a rabid bite. I mean, it could be. Rabid Bite could be best card in the format. If it targets a mount or vehicle you control. So if you can crew something, then you can run over at instant speed. I could see it being this. Stampeding Scurryfoot. 1 mana, 1/1. Exhaust, it becomes a 2/2 and you make a 3/3. I think that's good. Because, like, you're not doing anything on turn 1 anyway, so it's kind of free. And then, so what I'm seeing this as is a 4 mana 2/2 plus a 3/3. Shit. 5 mana 9/7. That's cool. Velo Heartbite. When this vehicle enters, you gain 2 life. Oh, okay, so it's a mana rock. Surely not. I haven't seen enough fixing to think this is going to be good. Not seen much card advantage at common. 2 mana 2/1 Death Touch. When it attacks while saddled, it's a 2/4. No. Okay, so this is between Run Over, Stampeding Scurryfoot, and Migrating Ketrodon. For best green common. I think it's just Run Over. I do feel like it's boring, but I think it's just Run Over. Especially because this is the only green common removal spell we saw. So it's going to be really important for the green decks. The good green decks are going to need this card, right? And green decks that win are almost certainly going to have this card and want to draw it. So we're going to go with Run Over. And the other common that we have not chosen, it's got to be Spin Out. I'm going to name Spin Out. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, this all fits together because the 2 commons that I've chosen that I think will have the highest game in hand win rate, irrespective of color, are Lightning Strike and Spin Out, which are red and black respectively. And I do think red black looks the strongest, and I think Gastel Thrill Seeker is the strongest uncommon. So, which rare will have the highest win rate? I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to pick a red-black rare. Coalstoke Gearhulk probably actually isn't it. Also, it's a mythic. I don't actually think Far Fortune is that good. 4 mana, 4/5. Which rare looks busted? I mean, Sabsunin is broken. Okay, I'll tell you what, Scrackle. Just give me set DFT. And rarity, rare. Let me have a look at these. Sabsunan is mythic. Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that card looks absurd. There's tons of rares to go through. It's not that bad. Oh, shit. Zahur Glory's Past is broken. 2 mana, 3/2. Start your engines. Sack a creature. So it's a sack. Oh, activate only once each turn is a bit shit. But then it's just endless 2/2s. I was excited about it. I'm less excited about it now. Geez, it's hard to find the best rare. What gives Dragonlord Silumgar? Something that comes down and completely swings the game on entry. Yeah, it has to have an insane ETB. That is what I'm looking for. Okay, Ovia looks really strong, right? Gives everything trample, and then you can just put creatures onto the battlefield every turn. That's really, really good. But it's only a 1/2, so it'll get dead. Perilous Snare seems very good. Remove something, and then if you have max speed, start growing other stuff. I'm gonna focus in on the red though. Start your engines. Goblins have haste. Create a 1/1. Add red for each goblin you control. That's busted. That's busted. Howl Squad Heavy, really good. Gonti, Night Minister. Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, make a treasure. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller looks at the top card of their library, exile it face down, and you can play it. Gonti is strong. I think Howl Squad Heavy is my top pick right now. Trample Haste, 3 mana 4/2. When it enters, it becomes... Oh, sweet. Okay, so it's a creature immediately. Discard a card, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Gastel Thrill Roller is mighty good. Mighty good. 1 mana 2/1. Enters tapped. Oh, damn. And if you have max speed, you can sack your creatures and draw cards. That's insane. That's an insane card. I think this is... I think it's going to be Gas Guzzler. Yeah, Gas Guzzler is my top choice right now. Bloodghast is not going to be it. But Bloodghast is really cool. Also very interesting having this back in standard. It's a spicy card. Boommobile. So it can come down. It becomes a 6/6 and deal 1 damage to any target immediately. I'm going to say that Gas Guzzler is the answer, because I think that starting your engines on turn 1 on the play is insanely good. A 2/1 is insanely good on turn 1. And in the late game, when you are playing a deck where you are playing max speed, in the late game, you likely already have max speed. So this is like just a draw engine. So I think it's Gas Guzzler. I'm going to lock in Gas Guzzler. I think that's a disgustingly good cut. Okay. Those are my choices. Oh, Sam, if you're still with us, I would love to know what your answers were. But we are going with Light Wheel Enhancements as the best white common. What did you get, Sam? Where did you end up? We are going with Gear Seeker Serpent as the best blue common. Grim Bauble as the highest game in hand win rate black common. Spin Out as another highest game in hand win rate common. Lightning Strike as the Catalyzer as the best red common. Lightning Strike as another top common. Migrating Ketrodon. No, I didn't choose that. I chose Run Over, I think. Which I think is probably correct. Run Over as the best game in hand win rate green common. And Gas Guzzler as the top rare. Let's see what Sam answered, shall we? Okay, interesting. So Sam, you went with Ride's End as the best white common, which is the 5 mana exile spell that can cost 2 if something is tapped. There is going to be a lot of tapping in this format. But Light Wheel Enhancements look sick. But I think what swings it for me is the start your engines super early. I think swings it. Bounce Off, I can totally see that. I think Bounce Off would be my second choice in blue. I do think Gear Seeker Serpent is an insane card though. Grim Bauble, we agree on that. Lightning Strike, we agree on that. Hazard of the Dunes is a very interesting choice. I do think Hazard looked really good, but I think the Honey Mammoth is going to be better because of the cycling, and I think that the Bite spell is probably just correct. Oh, you also put down Gear Seeker Serpent and then Run Over, which is that's the Bite spell, right? Okay, so we got pretty similar answers. I think, yeah, I mean, if you look at top game in hand win rate cards, they often are removal, to be honest. And there are no bombs at common, so you're looking at really good common removal. Veteran Beast Rider, what's that? Three mana, 3/4, the beginning of your end step, untap each creature you control, and then it's, I mean, do you think so? I do think this is strong, but like, it's not that far off of Warren Elder, and Warren Elder was a fucking common. Oh, it doesn't actually matter if you were thinking of swapping Hazard and the Bite spell. It doesn't matter because the way the score is calculated is the game in hand win rate of all 8 of your cards is added together. So it doesn't matter whether you put something in as the best green or you put it in later. 3 mana, 3/4, mana sink. Give everything vigilance. I mean, it's good, but Warren Elder was not far off of this. I'm not aggro brain, that's the problem. I'm just not aggro brain. All right. I'm going to submit this. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I don't want to submit it for you. What is my blue sky? There it is. Plugging my my blue sky on the stream here. What is this? Quote to the original. I think I did that. Yes. And then submit. Okay. Insane stats, insane ability, crew saddle on your own turn, and the opponent's turn. Oh, that's a good point. Oh, that is good. Didn't think about that. It's a mana sink. Warren Elder is a 2/2. 3 mana 3/4 is... yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah, I think it's worthy of being a rare. Okay, I mean, this is good. We have agreed generally on a few things, but there's a few differences, so I'm very interested. Very interested to see what score you get, what score I get. Okay, sweet. Well, I'm going to... that's it. We've had a look at all of the commons in Ether Drift. We've had a look at a few of the other cards too. And we have submitted what I think are going to be the best commons, which is going to hopefully help us when it comes time to draft the set. I'm going to take a break. Gonna run to the loo. And then I'll be back in like 10 minutes or so. And we are going to jump into some Is It Hellraiser Standard. Gonna play some Magic. That's what we're here to do. I'll be back in 5. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we're back. We are back. And we're going to play some Is It Hellraiser. I see this March of the Machine Limited. Going to be playing some of that over on YouTube over the next week. Time for some standard. So we're going to jump straight into a game. See if we can ladder up a little bit. Play. Good hand. An island? An island is unexpected. Who starts on just... What deck starts with just an island? Ah, it is Oculus Reanimator. So these Torture Towers are absolute dog shit. Got a name Phyrexian, freaks people out more than Dragon does. This Unsummon is not bad, and the Roaring Furnace is also not bad. Oh, it's Omniscience combo. Oh, balls. How do I beat Omniscience combo? Bounce it. I don't know how to break up this combo. What do they do? Moment of Truth Charter Course. I'm going to Bitter Reunion. Discard a Season of Weaving. I'm going to do it again. Going to discard this land this time because I want counter on the Tunnel Grinder. Right, Omniscience combo. Yeah, there's the Omniscience. So I didn't keep up interaction, so I don't know, do they just combo here? Yes. Well, so I ditched the torch when I thought it was Oculus, which I think is right. But this is actually the first time I have played against Omniscience combo, so I do not know what it does. I'm just gonna have a look at the deck list and see. So they have Grand Abolisher, Abuelo's Awakening. I would consider countering their Ways to Find Omniscience. They don't have much removal. They run counter spells. Graveyard Hate is good. Proactively develop if they can't combo off next turn, but if they can, then I cannot proactively develop. That's exactly what I did. I went for a proactive move instead of staying reactive. Okay. Should we just let them have it? So Abuelo's is a 4 mana value spell. I'm guessing they have a way to give all their creatures haste. Yeah, okay. Okay, alright. So I want to bring in the change the equations, the negates. Change the equation can break up their combo. The Soul Guide and the Ghost Vacuum. And I'm cutting the board wipes. And the 2 Roaring Furnaces are no good. And everything else is fine. Not putting too much pressure on myself here, because again, this is the first time I've actually faced this combo, this deck, and I do not have a whole lot of experience against it, so. Okay, that's keep. That's a lot of land. That is a very bad draw. They can't combo off next turn, can they? They have an Omniscience in the graveyard. Found the Ghost Vacuum, and we have the counter spell back up. Oh, wait. Confounding Riddle costs 3. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's annoying as hell. Okay. They can't abuelos this turn, but they would have if they had it. So I actually need to counter their draw effects now. And that's fine. If I can get to Hellraiser and I can hit Ghost Vacuum, it might be okay. Need to stop them. If they just have abuelos, we just lose, probably. But if they try and draw any cards here, we prevent it. Nothing. Nothing is interesting. I mean, we guarantee a Ghost Vacuum here. But we could also just haste Kiora over. No. Are they just going to Confounding Riddle? I'm going to play the Kiora. Hold up the change. Stop them from digging for abuelos. Moment of Truth is nice. I think I have to counter Grand Abolisher. And if they top deck an abuelos, then we just lose. Okay. Second Omniscience. So, Season of Weaving... Oh, they have the Invasion as well. So, that just wins, right? Yeah, so now they make the 2/2s and, yeah, okay. So, what I needed to do... I mean, I flooded out pretty hard in that game. But what I needed to do was... I think it was right to play the Ghost Vacuum there when I did. What I needed to do was change the equation, their draw spell, to slow them down from finding the abuelos, but they were going to find it soon anyway. Okay. No sweat. No sweat. Like, we've had none of our interaction in that game. Oh, it's not a good hand, but I'll keep it. Okay, what do we got? Red, white. Warden. I will kill that now. Because they have ways to protect it. Oh, Jeskai. So a Season Bounce could be good. There's a Warden and a Spyglass Siren, and they can level up the Warden right now. So I think I just need to torch this at sorcery speed before they like find a way to put a counter on it. That does mean not tunnel grinding this turn. But then the Warden gets out of range. Okay, tunnel grind next turn. gonna go get a blue. I think minimizing the damage I take from the Shivan Reef might be important. Okay. Board wipe would be a fine thing. Roaring Furnace, not quite going to do it. I'm going to discard all 4 of these cards. I want to do this on my turn. To get the counter. And then I need to survive. So yeah, looking for an ill-timed explosion. Probably just going to Tunnel Grinder for 1. Or maybe Kiora digs deeper. Tunnel Grinder nets me 4 cards. Kiora plus Bitter Reunion nets me also 4 and also put something on the board. Elder Dragon War is an insanely good draw. Do they have something? Do they have something? Like a Protect the Negotiators or something? Nope. Novice Inspector. Down to 1 card in the hand. They have 1 card in hand. Do I want to just go for the dragon? I think I'm going to drop the Tunnel Grinder and a Season and a Bitter Reunion. Unsummon is a nice one. Okay. Let's go for the Hellraiser. Bounce it if anything bad happens. But we should just be winning here. There's a fair chance. Tunnel Grinder or Torch? I think Tunnel Grinder. Don't need to remove anything, and I'd rather re-roll this hand a little bit. Keep this one. We find another dragon, and we will just win this game. Fire's online. They're drawing cards. Yeah. Maybe we just go for the dragon again next turn. This music got me like Angel Thump. Okay, let's see it. Unsummon and Fires of Victory open. Sheltered by Ghosts. I am going to Fires of Victory that Novice Inspector. I'm just going to pass. Gonna make me 4/4. Play my Kiora. Play my Bitter Reunion. Discard, I guess, Cavern and this mountain. No, not the mountain. The Moment of Truth. Play mountain. Give haste. Hold fires. Make 8/8. What the hell is this arena music? It's March of the Machines music, isn't it? Is that where this battleground is from? You can see here we're like standing on Eleshnorn or something. Okay. So this is a... How am I sideboarding against this deck? Am I treating it like aggro? I guess I am. Mockingbird. Targeting what, though? Okay, they're going to draw and discard. What are they looking for? Mm-hmm. So Tunnel Grinder almost certainly finds a removal spell. We'll just do this. Okay. So. We want... Do I want change the equation? I mean, yeah, it does actually hit a ton of their stuff. Do I want the single target removal? I'm not sure I do. I think I want the board wipes, and the single target removal is not nearly as good. So Kiora was shit company, man. What do you mean? What does that mean? Yeah, I think I'm probably cutting one season, one Hope's Beacon. I'm gonna actually cut one Hellraiser. Love how used you how used you are to the arena glitching in and out and sideboard. Yeah, okay, yeah, it does. It looks like shit, doesn't it? Kiora's not typically good in this matchup, so I'm gonna be cutting the Kiora. And it might just be the Flame Shaper can be cut. Like we have, or maybe a Roaring Furnace can be cut. No, I'll cut the Flame Shaper. It doesn't take much to beat this deck, so I feel okay trimming on my win cons, and I think we just exhaust them of their resources, and then we can go over the top with something simple. I'll keep this. Gonna get rid of this before they can shelter, before they can protect it in some way. Don't need Cavern of Souls in this matchup. Don't really need the demo field either. Do I need Cavern of Souls? Am I supposed to keep Cavern of Souls? Ditch the demo field? There's an ill-timed. That is eventually good. We can beat Rest in Peace. Not worried about that. It does invalidate the Tunnel Grinder, but that is fine. We are just going to... Bitter Reunion. Ill-timed, we can discard the Tunnel Grinder, because that's not very good. Lay down on land. I doubt it. Okay, Siren. I find a Knight Errant of Eos. Well, we certainly are not going to allow that. So, Fable Passage. Ill-time. These Hellraisers are not fantastic, but these Tunnel Grinders are pretty bad. They do see a lot of cards, but I guess I'll keep one and ditch one Reunion. No. No. I guess, yes, I will discard like this. Because then next turn we can Tunnel Grinder and unsummon. Ori is downstairs with Sarah on the sofa, and he's very comfy cozy. Chandra. Okay, so I do want to find a land. I think I'm just going to discard one Hellraiser, see if I can find the land. There it is, and it is not a bad one. I need to just hit my lands, play and cast my spells, and then we will be fine. It's 5. Interesting. I think I'm supposed to counter that. Spire Bluff Canal. I don't want them to be able to play the Knight Errant. So I am going to just torch this. They can't... Yeah, I mean, they might have a protection spell or something, but it's fine. They've got one card left in hand. I'm fine. deny them this value? They just replay out the Spyglass Siren? Take one. It's a Season of Weaving. So I'm going to go for the Chandra here.
We have to win this fight. You're toast.
And now we can like build up to season plus bounce. Okay, yeah, Recruiter was pretty good there. But we can still, I mean, I can see just bounce everything, draw a couple cards. But I kind of want to draw a counter spell. Yeah, I'm just going to play a dragon. It's a 4/4. Am I attacking? I guess I am, right? Yeah, once I find a counter spell, then I will use Season to bounce the rest in peace, counter it on the way back down. What are they thinking about? Is it not just play the Knight Errant? Oh, they can only look at the top one card. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they definitely should just be attacking. What's the last card in their hand? They are just going to play out the Knight Errant. I find a Bitter Reunion. So I'm going to attack. Going to play this. And I am supposed to make a copy and bounce everything. And this works, right? This then casts Season. Okay. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have Brotherhood. Yeah. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Ori was like, so he was with me for like, literally he was sat here on my desk for like 30 to 40 minutes before I started the stream and refusing to get out of the way. Just wanting to be here and just like sitting here purring. And then as soon as I started the stream, he ran away. Pretty much. Play. One land. Mulligan. This is a keep. This This is a key. Putting back one of these removal pieces. I think Roaring Furnace is a bit worse when you have to mulligan. Okay, could be Omniscience combo again. Fire's in hand. Chandra away. Tunnel Grinder. Well, they can't combo off next turn, so I think I'm just supposed to do this. Sure thing. So it's not Omniscience combo. Is it just blue-white control? If it is, I think I want to cast Ill-Timed Explosion, get the counter out of their hand. Yep, there's 3 steps ahead. They have a demo field. I need that for the anchorage, actually. Mm-hmm. Second anchorage. Yep, there's a no more lies. Like, again, if this is what they're going to do, then, like, it's annoying that these exile the no more lies, but this is fine. Anchorage is a 2/3, so we can torch it. If we ever get a permanent in play, I mean, this is a bit too much land. But we're okay with this game plan where we just sit and chill. We will eventually lose to Fountain Port. Elder Dragon War. And they Tidebinder the effect. Very interesting. This is not an artifact creature or planeswalker though, so it does not Do I want to hold the fires? No, this is fine. Yeah, it doesn't lose its ability, but still, let's keep the pressure off. Okay, I need to go to full control here. With this on the stack... Oh, didn't work. Okay, never mind. Scratch that idea. Flooding pretty hard. Not on my watch. 3 cards in hand. We can't pay for no more lies yet. I'm gonna have to wait. Ugh, gross. Okay, I have to wait again. Okay, so... Well, we're not out of it yet. I have not played against blue-white control in a long, long time. Our draw has just been absolutely terrible.
It's time to
Okay, so we're going to start with a -1 on 2 of these fish. They are going to Tidebinder. I am going to take out the Tidebinder before its ability resolves. And then take out a fish.
You're about to
Anchorage makes a map. So they're going to power up 1 anchorage and go to combat. So we're going to bounce this. Bounce a fish. Bounce the anchorage. Chandra lives.
Back off, creep.
Bitter Reunion is no good, so I do have to level up Chandra like this. And now double Season of Weaving and... yeah, double Season of Weaving is hard to turn down, eh? Draw trillion cards.
Let's give it our all.
Cabin of Souls, name Dragon. But actually, I think this could just be... no, let's just go for this. Okay, did they find a removal spell? They have 3 mana. Okay, they found a Tidebinder. Alright, that is fine. We're going to discard this Spire Bluff Canal. We're going to discard this island. And we're doing alright. Because this Chandra is going to go to the graveyard, and we're going to just play it from there.
This can't be the end.
Okay, Smite. 3 cards left. Let's start with a Bitter Reunion. We know this Fabled Passage. We're at basics, so we're going to discard this Fabled Passage. Let's continue with... do you know what? Maybe it's just Hasty Cura. Yeah, okay. Okay. Go for the dragon. Had no more lives. And I could have played around it. Still, now I will Tunnel Grinder. Should be able to overwhelm them here with spells and stuff. They have 7. Sorry, they have 7. Like, yeah, they don't have lethal. Don't know where all my utility lands are. Well, I gotta wipe the board and hold up interaction. So I guess I'm doing this. Discard 2 Season of Weaving. Definitely discard 1. Cavern of Souls, name Dragon. I discarded a Thundering Falls, so yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. Or am I supposed to do it all next turn? Do they have a removal spell? If they do, how am I going to win? Keep this one. Submit 0. Draw a card. End the turn. Go for the win next turn. I think we have to. They might go for the win. We can torch one thing. Discarding the Tunnel Grinder because I believe that the haste could be much more important next turn. Reunion. Down to 2. They have 4 mana. We should be able to do this. Gonna start here. This draws 3, this draws 2. So Tunnel Grinder. 8 cards left. Five cards left. Can they remove dragon? They couldn't, so we probably just win here. Unlucky. But we did win. Okay, now we're going to mill them out. So 3 steps ahead and no more lies are both counterable with change the equation. So that's good. Jace, Virtue, I want all of that. What I don't want is any Torch the Tower, any Fires of Victory, Roaring Furnace probably actually is kind of okay. Elder Dragon War's not great. But it is another creature, so I'll keep it. Final cut. It could be the Roaring Furnace, but Steaming Sauna does seem like it could be good in this matchup. Just outdrawing them is going to be good and useful. I guess it's just one unsummon. Okay, we took down blue-white control. We're ready for round 2. Really want to counter their Rest in Peace. This doesn't do it. First Hellraiser. I really don't want that here. Shame. Okay, so the Jace Mill plan is the only plan that remains. One of these Spire Bluffs can go. Lot of land. They drew the Demolition Field. Okay, Tunnel Grinder is a key. Might be something that we can play to fix our draw a tiny bit. Let's see. I guess we'll prod with this. Poke them and see if they want to use Counterspell on it. They did not. How the match is going? Well, we haven't lost yet. I guess Cura's fine. Well, no, we did lose, but I mean, we're up against blue-white control now, and it's just long. Okay, they missed the land drop. I mean, that is good for me. Do they have a removal spell? It doesn't really matter. Okay, sure. They're 3 steps ahead at my Kiora. Could take the chance to get Jace online. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. I know where to
They spend their whole turn anchoraging the Jace. That is okay. Authority. We do pretty well against blue-white control, yeah. We do pretty well.
You can be made to obey.
So we're going to go mountain. We'll just ill-timed explosion, see if they want to counter this. They do not. Guess we'll tunnel grinder. Ditch these lands. What the fuck is that? Stoic Sphinx? Flash. 5/3 hexproof flying. Okay.
In time, all will witness Phyrexia's truth.
As long as you haven't cast a spell this turn. That is interesting. I did not expect that. What do I do against it? Maybe just Dragon. And then Season of Weaving we're lining up next turn. Because I'm super happy if they use their counter spells on the dragon. Stoic Sphinx, though. Oh, I should have bounced it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I should have bounced it. I do need this demo field. But I also want this moment of truth. Is steaming sauna good? I think I'd rather bin the sauna. Tunnel grinder. Well, you're not superb right now. Where the fuck are all my counter spells, man? We will spend one Chandra. They will counter it. We will bounce the Sphinx. Because if they don't hit their land drops, then Sphinx is going to have a hard time coming back down. But I have no instant speed interaction for the Sphinx now. Kind of just need to not die until I can mill them out with Jace. Find an opportunity to do that. Need to find the Vantress Visions. Hellraiser. Am I playing out Hellraiser? Where are my counter spells? I guess I can play the season and they have to counter it. I actually think that's the best thing to do. Like, because they have to counter this and it gives me another turn. The season isn't really how I'm going to win this game anyway. Okay, they're going to full 3 steps ahead. Not finding my counter spells. If I had it, like, if I'd find, like, we've got 27 cards left. We haven't seen either any of our 4 counters. I think if we'd have found one, we would have had several opportunities to just have a blowout turn. There's a negate. Guess I'll just play the dragon. And then we just pass. Because the dragon can defend Chandra if she does resolve. Can put pressure on them. They're going to demo field Cavern. Play out their Sphinx. 34 cards left, so we need more time. Really not finding our key cards very quickly. Still, we can now, like, we're not on the offensive. They have a removal spell for the dragon. Soul Partition. That's fine. Probably just recasting it next turn anyway. Demo field. I'm going to lose to this Sphinx. No, I don't run any manlands. I don't ever really feel like I need them. No more liars on the dragon is fine. All I need to win this game is to find Vantress Visions. Oh, no, actually, no, they're at 33 cards, so that wouldn't do it. Yeah, the Sphinx is going to get me. I took out all of my interaction. That was some nice sideboarding from our opponent. Demo field. I mean, I have to find I have to find a blocker. Very unfortunate. Doesn't do it. Interesting. Stoic Sphinx. Well, Brotherhood's End is a reliable way to kill it without having to target it because it has hexproof. That does not seem very good, but I think it's fine. Unsummon can come out, and I think the Roaring Furnace can come out. Yeah, if we had one of our 4 counter spells in the top half of the deck, I think there were several turns there where we could have resolved some big spells, and then they would have had a really hard time. This is a slow hand. I guess that's fine for this matchup. Do I just want to keep hitting my lands? Nah. We start filling the graveyard. There's no reason to play as if they have Rest in Peace. If they do have opening hand Rest in Peace again, I'll be pretty tilted though. Pretty tilted. Anchorage. Yeah, I guess I'll just pass. Okay, let's see if they have it. They have the counter spell. If they do, then I at least get to resolve something next turn. So I can get Kiora on the field. That seems okay. Probably drop a Hellraiser, because they're not very good anymore. Brotherhood's End. Ill-timed Explosion. Do you know what? Are both Hellraisers going to go? I think they are. Bitter Reunion is probably discarding an... It's got to be an Elder Dragon War here. Really feels like not a matchup for it. There's a Sphinx. Taking 5. Moment of truth. Guess Jace is more important. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to exile the Chandra there. Oh, that's interesting. So that's 30 cards to mill right there. Can you counter this? Yep. Can you counter this? Yep. There's the kill spell. Okay. Yeah, we're going to lose the Sphinx again. Even if I find a land and a Brotherhood's End, I might survive. But I can't throw away these win cons or I'm never winning the game. Yeah, okay. Okay. Stoic Sphinx pretty much soloed us in those two games. And we did get, I think, pretty unlucky not finding our counter spells until way too late. But still... Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's go again. Oh, still, maybe I needed to bring an interaction. It does feel like you don't bring an interaction for one, like when they have one creature. Yeah, this is a keep. Okay. It's bounced. We are going to Cavern of Souls. We're going to name Phyrexian. Could see dropping this on some, but I guess I'll keep it for the moment. Drop this Cavern of Souls. Okay. I'm going to pass a Moment of Truth. There's a Flood Pit's Drown. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Pretty rough because, could be a Kaito coming down, but that's tough shit if it is. Need to find like a fires or something for it.
Let's give it our all, punk. I love a dramatic entrance.
None of this helps. I guess it doesn't matter because I'm gonna tunnel grinder this whole hand away.
I've got you beat 6 different ways.
Need to find a way to slow down the Kaito and find answers to enduring curiosity. Very, very bad set of draws there. We found the fires. And the torch. Can handle a hopeless nightmare. Drop the seed. Leveling up Kaito pretty smart. We do still have the fires in hand. Which can kill it. And then we can, like, hold up Bitter Reunion. Sorry, hold up Torch. But down to 7 here. Okay. I am supposed to just... fires the Kaito. They're going to bounce the Hopeless Nightmare and the Kaito. That is fine. So I could now kill this otter. Really want to hit a land with this. I think that's better right now. Getting... it's real unfortunate, these lands. Now they can ninjutsu in Kaito again. We do have Cura and Hellraiser. All with haste. But is Kaito just lethal? One season down there. It's not enough to combo win.
I've trained for situations. Did I scare you?
If they can bounce the Hopeless Nightmare even one time, then we are out of this. So I need to... I guess my only out is kill this Kaito. And try and avoid them being able to bounce. They're tapped out right now. None of that really does the trick, does it? I mean, not likely.
From danger.
I actually wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to... save it. No, I was supposed to use the fires on the otter and just attack the Kaito.
This place needs more hospitality.
Do not want that. Maybe a planeswalker off the top. But I need interaction for this Flood Pit Drowner, so that doesn't kill me. Planeswalker, Discover, Torch the Tower might keep us alive, but I don't feel super confident about that. Okay, I like to see that. Guess I'll go for this. Elder Dragon War, make a 4/4. Okay. We hit the season. That's step 1. Now we need to hit a bitter reunion and somehow another season. I don't think it's possible. There's the reunion. That is lethal. Guess I'll discard this Tunnel Grinder. It gives us slightly more. Another bitter reunion. Kiora plus haste actually would do it, right? There's a season. So then Kiora. That is 16. It's 19 damage. Oh, that's so gutting. That is so gutting. We found a Torch the Tower. But that also doesn't actually do it. So gutting. We're 1 point of damage short. Can you believe that? So annoying. 1 point of damage. Oh. Okay. Right. So we're bringing in the Lithomantics, the Brotherhood End, the... Do I want the change? Definitely the Dragonfire. Is change the equation useful? Yeah, actually, it does hit. Do you know what? I'd rather have negate. Unsummon is bad. Kiora is bad. I think we trim 1 season. 2 Tunnel Grinder. I do think I want the Scorching Dragonfire. I saw Enduring Curiosity. Do I want the negates? I do like having one negate to break up their loops. Okay. Let's run it like this. Try and... Oh, man, there's so many things you have to answer against this deck. We have to make sure that they're like we can answer their creatures because they can put out a lot of damage very quickly. We also have to have answers to Kaito and Enduring Curiosity, or they just run away with the game by themselves. It's not unwinnable, but it is tough. All right. Let's do it. That's a mulligan. Let's keep. Put back a mountain. Well, that's mighty unfortunate because I probably need to discard one of these Hellraisers. Can I avoid doing that without regretting it? Discard the Brotherhood's End. And discard a Hellraiser. Being down a card in this matchup is so bad. Still just gonna Brotherhood's End next turn so that they can't just turn 3 Kaito. Get out on top. There is a Cavern of Souls. Counters a creature or enchantment. Well, that's fine. We have the Cavern of Souls. No Kaito this turn. If they play Kaito next turn, we can counter it. There's the Hopeless Nightmare. Okay, well, if this is just a Kaito, then we have the answer in hand. They've got to be struggling for colors a little bit. Not that I'm doing particularly well either. Yep. Don't have the answer for it. What do I even do? This puts out more damage, but Yeah, they're drawing 2 cards either way. Okay. Just 1 card. Oh man. I feel like this is the worst draw I've had ever playing this deck. Like, this is a mulligan. And we have like so much card selection and we're just not finding any of it. I'm going to scoop it up, give him the win. I think I've had enough of Magic tonight. Oh, okay. So we progress nowhere. We're still in Plat Tier 4. And that was not a good night. We certainly, we had a good day on Sunday. That was not a good night for Is It Hellraiser. Maybe it's time for another coaching session with Nithin. I'm feeling pretty ready for Ether Drift draft, though. Excited to crack on with that. Uno momento. All reliable Nithin. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours. I got to go grab something to eat. But we're going to be live again on... It's Tuesday today. Yeah, so we're going to be live again on Friday for Friday Night Magic. Trying to get more done with this Is It Hellraiser list, which I know can do really well. It is just... sometimes it feels so bad, but to be honest, it's feeling better and better. I feel more and more confident with the deck, and I think that my win rate is steadily improving. Sometimes you just get Magic bullshitted. Like, we've had a lot of mulligans tonight. We've had a lot of moments where I feel like we should have found the cards that we dig a ton and we don't find our sideboard cards. Sometimes Magic throws you nights like that. You got to take it on the chin, show up on Friday, kick ass on the ladder again. So that is exactly what we're going to do. And remember, the goal is to get as high as we can in the next week and a half, so that when Ether Drift comes out, we can just hardcore focus on limited. That's what I want to do. So if we can get through Platinum over this weekend, I'd love that. Let's try it. I think it's possible. If I play well and I play a lot, I think it is possible. So stick around if you want to see if we can do it. And that is going to be it from me. So I will see you on a future stream. Goodbye. And I'll catch you on Friday night for more Friday Night Magic. Bye for now.